Hey everyone, Caleb with the Antique Book Collective, and today I'm getting to you guys, as you can tell I was already laughing at, I'm getting to you guys with something nuts. So guys, I just spent over $200 on cardboard. Wow. So guys, if you guys are in this business at all, you guys know that you have to buy a whole lot of boxes for the business, unless of course if you're selling via the USPS flat rate boxes where they give you the boxes for free. But if you are like us normal people that are using media mail and we're actually following the rules and not using the flat rate boxes, you're not supposed to, guys. But if you're using for media mail your own boxes, it can stack up and it can be a little bit of money. And guys, I'm going to just show off what 200, almost 50 bucks of boxes what it looks like. So guys, right off the bat though, I paid $247.34 for all of these boxes. That purchased 250 boxes for me. So at the end of the day, I spent just under $1 a box, which is actually a little bit better than what my last group of boxes that I bought was, which sort of makes sense because we are actually, I've mentioned in other videos, guys, I've mentioned it in posts, we're getting into a recession. If you guys are following any of the numbers, you've actually seen that shipping and cardboard are actually seeing some pretty good declines, and the cardboard industry, I guess, is taking a pretty good hit, so that actually allowed me to get a little bit more cardboard for a little bit less money, which is pretty nice for me. But with that said, again, I'm just going to show off a boatload and a half of boxes to you guys, so bear with me as I do this. So right off the bat, we got this big old one. 12-inch by 8-inch by 10-inch boxes. That's a size that I use a whole lot of. It is I call it my medium size because I used to have a very large size. I downsized out of that one, but I recently actually just got a new large size box because I do have some books that are so big they don't fit in that 10 by 12, that 12 by 10 by 8 box. So I did buy larger ones, which we'll get to later, but that one that I just showed you, the 12 by 10 by 8, I bought 4 groups of those. Each one was 25, so that I bought 100 of those. So quite a few of them. So there's one below it, there's one there, and then there's one over there. So quite a few of them. Next up, I bought these. These came from Amazon. Which one was this? I bought a couple different sizes of these. One was the 12, 9, and 2-inch, basically. And then it's in metric, so we're on our own, guys. But yeah, I got 2 different sizes of these. Both these are for more or less individual things. So one is large size. I needed to replenish my large size one, and then one of them is sort of a medium size because I have a small size of the individual ones that I have quite a few of, but I just needed something that was just in the middle because I kept on having ones that were just barely too big to fit inside the small individual ones, but it seemed like a waste to put them in the larger individual ones, which cost a little bit more. So that's why I bought these. These definitely fulfilled a need. So I bought 2 of each, 2 of the medium size and 2 of the large size of those. Again, those both came in multiples of 25. So because of that, I was able to get 100 for that. So that was very nice. These cost, all of the smaller ones, I believe they cost, since I got them on Amazon, about $1 each, if I'm recalling. Yeah, a little over $1 each. Whereas with the Walmart ones that I got, it was a little bit less. So guys, if you are shopping for boxes, I recommend you do it like me if you want to save every penny that you can. For me, every single time that I buy boxes, I actually go and I check out all the different places and I see roughly what it's going to cost. I actually have a sheet of paper out and I'm like, okay, so for this size box, and you can't always get exactly the same size box, so I try to get roughly the same size box. It's like Uline, Walmart, Amazon, and then occasionally I check out a couple other places. For me, it was just Walmart and Amazon this time around. But yeah, bought a bunch of those boxes. Here's another one of them. So that's a stack of 4 of those boxes. And it was really funny, guys. For these, when they came from Amazon, it was a good size box that they came in, but it wasn't insane. For the Walmart ones, though, picture a box that fits this, and then roughly double the size that it should be. And that's what I got for just one. And they dropped off 5 boxes of these. So when I walked out to pick these things up from the poor FedEx guy, actually, was it just 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Sorry, 6. When I walked out to see what the poor FedEx guy dropped off, guys, I was like, oh man, I could build a box fort just out of this. Guys, I'm not a small dude. I think I'm just shy of 6 foot, so I guess some girls would call me short. But I'm not very small, and I walked out and I see all these boxes. I'm like, I could literally hide inside of half these boxes. And it was really funny because, we have a deck in front of our house and stinking boxes out of the wazoo. And again, there were 6 of them, and I was just like, my neighbors think I'm a hoarder now. All I did was order some boxes. Oh man, I thought it was rather funny. But with that said, on to the next size box. This is the small size box. I need to get some more of these. these are pretty nice size boxes. I recommend you guys honestly get some like this if you are in the book selling business at all. The individual ones are fan-stinking-tastic. I highly recommend those, especially the ones on Amazon. Let me actually pull one of these Amazon ones out for you guys. And I know this might not be the most exciting video for all of you, but for those of you that are in the business, it's worth watching. So these boxes, guys, these are some of my favorite ones because when you fold them all up, they actually are, even though it's really thin cardboard, even though they can be a pretty good price, they actually fold up and they're very, very sturdy because they sort of like double wall all these different things as you're folding it. It's very nice. Whereas these, it's just the normal thick corrugated cardboard, which is nice also, but everything has its own little pros and cons. But with that said, though, back onto this. This particular size, guys, I give or take on when I'm buying these, so I like to get something that is at least 11 inches by 7 inches by 5 inches. However, I prefer a little bit larger than that. This is, again, just for my small size of things. It fits a lot of different books, individual ones, but it also fits a lot of the smaller sets of books that I get. Guys, I have so many small sets of books that I come across that these are the perfect size for. So with that said, this one right here is 11 inch by 7.5 inch by 5.5 inch. The last group that I bought was from Uline, and I think they were 11.8.6, if I'm recalling correctly, but it could be 12.8.6. I don't remember off the top of my head, sorry guys. But with that said, this is a very good size. Highly recommend this particular size. I got this one on Walmart. I believe these were just under $1 a piece, if I'm recalling correctly, or it was around $1 a piece, but very good value for those. I like to buy them in the largest quantities that I can, whenever I can. Obviously, this time around, I only spent $250 worth, which might sound like a lot, but if you guys are doing the business at the scale that a lot of us eBay resellers do, it actually doesn't really matter that much. And before I continue, let me also add, guys, if you're doing this business and you are very serious about this business, I recommend that you guys actually go out and buy large lots of books like this. Boxes like this, because it can save you money because you're getting the bulk discount rates for all these different things. Instead of paying $1.50 for this box at Lowe's, if you go there right now, I don't know what Lowe's currently is, but if you go there, you might spend X much for it. But if you're buying a large group of them, you can actually get a little bit off the top, which is very nice. And in addition to that, guys, if you're buying online, they ship it to you, which is a big hassle that you don't have to deal with. It just is the poor UPS or FedEx guy that has to take it to you, and you're just like, hey, sucker, I'm sorry, but loser. So, which is sort of amusing for those of us that don't have to do it. So with that said, though, all these boxes, very much fun. But with all that said, now on to the large size box that I just picked up. This is my new large size one, guys. So I got this one because I do have some books that are a whole lot bigger than my other books. So I have one book over there. I actually don't know if that particular book over there is actually going to fit in this one, but it's a large atlas, and I want to say it was 22 inches tall, if I recall correctly. So based on that, it might fit. I could run the math. I don't want to run the math right now, but it's a pretty stinking big book, and I actually haven't listed it, even though it's worth not a ton, but a good amount of money. It's like I haven't listed it because I can't find a box for it. Of course, I can cut one of these boxes down to make it fit, which I probably will do if I ever do end up listing that one, but until then, it's just going to sit there and mock me. But I do have a lot of other books, guys, that are like, wow, this is a cool set, but it is just too large for me to fit in this one. It just adds a lot of expense for me for shipping it out, because instead of putting it inside of one box, which I can with this large one now, I'd have to put it in like 5 smaller ones. So it's really nice for me having just one large box that I can just murder some poor mail delivery person with a very heavy box that's big. So with that said, though, that is a very good size. I don't recommend going too much taller or larger than this particular box. So this one is 15 inches, looks like wide, 12 inches tall, and then 10 inches deep. So that is not small by any stretch of the imagination when we're coming to boxes like that, but that's roughly as large as I would recommend you guys go. You guys can go a little bit larger, of course. You guys can do whatever you want, but I don't recommend going too much further than that when you are dealing with just shipments of books for customers. If it's one thing to do large boxes that weigh 500 pounds and sending it to Amazon FBA, because they're doing their thing, that's their thing. But for individual customers, for me at least, I have a lot of customers who are elderly, and in addition to that, I have a lot of customers who are women, and let's face it, even the men nowadays can't lift more than 5 ounces without crying about it, because wimpy losers nowadays, I don't know. But nowadays, guys, people just are not going to grab a box and think, oh, this box weighs 100 pounds, I should be a little careful. I mean, back in the day, it's like, oh, it's 100 pounds, whoop-de-doo. Nowadays, though, it's like, they might throw their back out and they might get mad at you. So I don't recommend going too much larger than that. It gives you a nice size constraint to make sure that you don't pack too many things into the box to make it too heavy where someone's going to complain to you. I've had a lot of people that have actually complained, this box is too heavy, and I've had that happen with boxes that are like 19 pounds. If you can't carry 19 pounds, there's a problem, but whatever, I'll just get less things in your box next time. I'm sorry, Sally Lou. So with that said, though, guys, that is something to keep in mind, is just box sizes. But with all that said, though, back onto the main point of this video. I did a little poll with you guys. I don't see the results just yet because I'm recording this Wednesday, or is it Thursday? Man, I don't remember. Sorry, I'm recording this Thursday. I'm doing the poll on Friday, so I don't get to see the results just yet for when I'm recording this, because that poll's coming out on Friday, which is yesterday for when this video comes out, but I will be mentioning it in the comments below, because I really am curious what you guys are going to actually say is what you find. Because end of the day, it's really interesting to see what a lot of us have as expenses for our business that is not specifically just getting more inventory for our business. So for me, my largest expenses for this business is gas and boxes, honestly. And well, I guess I could say packaging in general, because I do use paper as well for packing stuff. But like, besides that, I don't really have many expenses, because for me, I am doing all the storage inside my own house. I don't have the storage expense. I don't have all the extra expenses because I just have these books stored around where I work. In fact, I do all my work at that computer right there, and I have my recording stuff set up over here, and it's just a really nice setup for me. But guys, for you guys with your business, it's really important to keep in mind your actual costs for doing business. Like, let's say that you are just looking at, for me, it's books. Let's say you're looking at a book and you're like, wow, I made $1 on this, and you just think that you made $1 and you're happy. Well, your box costs $1. So if you aren't factoring in the cost of your box, you actually are breaking even. If you don't factor in the amount of gas that it took to buy the box, or buy the book, or drop off all those things, you might be in the hole. So guys, it's really important to consider all these other things when you're doing this business. Of course, you don't have to buy $250 worth of boxes to figure out how to do this business, all your expenses of doing your business, but they're sort of things that you guys sort of have to weigh in on and think about as you're doing this whole business. Just a little pro tip, a lot of people run businesses on a 40% profit margin. That allows people a lot of room to be able to purchase their different things. It gives them enough room to have their employees. It gives them enough room to have all the packaging, have all the inventory, all these sorts of things, to have their warehousing, all that stuff. It gives them the leeway to actually be able to do that and still be profitable. That's something that a lot of, let's face it, a lot of us novice entrepreneurs might not think about. We might just think, oh, la-di-da-di-da, I made 55 cents on this. I'm a happy camper. I just need to do this another 75 million times and I'll have $100, you know? I'm exaggerating there, but you guys know what I'm getting at there. But that is something that you guys really do need to consider. You do need to consider all your added costs, all the other things that you do within your business, because it really does add up, and it can add up quite quickly. With that said, though, guys, that's it for this video. I have a couple more videos that I actually am planning on working on and will be recording shortly, but I really needed to record this video right now because this is a lot of boxes just have floating around. I actually wanted to have them just floating around like this for this video because I really thought it would really show you guys just how many boxes we're dealing with. And again, guys, this is 250 boxes that we're dealing with right here. I don't think many of you guys are buying them by the 250s. I'm willing to bet a lot of you guys are doing a whole lot less than that. Of course, there's also going to be some of you guys that are doing a lot more than that because there are people that have bigger stores than me, but a lot of us, we don't really conceptualize what it looks like to get this many boxes, but it really is important to do these large quantity orders to get better values. And in addition to that, guys, I'm going to circle back to what I said in the very beginning. When you are buying boxes, shop stinking around. You can save so much money just by shopping around. When I first started, guys, I was actually going down to Walmart and I was buying the boxes individually or by the pack at the actual Walmart store. Eventually, they rolled out their website and did their website a little bit better. It was rather ratty when I first started, but they upgraded their website and made it pretty easy to buy boxes on that, so I ended up buying the boxes from there. And then I did some Uline, and now I do some Amazon, and I do a little bit of this and that, depending on whatever's cheapest, depending on the best value, depending on what I think is going to look good for my store. So with that said and done, though, guys, I hope that was helpful. If it was, please be sure to drop a like. Likes really do help the channel. It helps more people see the video, helps more people watch it, helps my channel actually grow and become something, and it'll help us actually get to the 1,000 subscriber mark so we can do the fun giveaway of the books back there, which I'm sure you guys can't even see because all this junk that I have right here. But with that said, though, guys, thank you again for watching. Be sure to check out one of my other videos right there, subscribe up there, and I'll see you guys in the next one.